no, the trash bag boys are back again.
This is a job for
Heavy Hill, the garbage man, and his trusty steed, Trashicorn.
Hi-ho, Trashicorn! I make trash disappear. I pick up 3 to 5 bags a week. I'll be there Monday if nothing don't happen. If a bag busts, I'll clean it up before I leave. Ding. If I tell you I'll do it, I'll do it. Ding. I won't go after it's snowing. Bang. I won't go after it's bad weather, I put it that way. You people might know y'all's job, but you don't know mine. I'm a church-going man. Ding. All I ask you to do is pay on time. If you don't, I'll sick Huzzy on you. Whoa, Huzzy.
Thank you, Heavy Hill.
Hey, welcome back. Where am I? There it is.
Where are you?
Hey,
Right there.
hey, there you are. There you are. Way over there. You're hiding. Hey, welcome back to Mastication Station. There was a great commercial. I think it was about cars or pizza. I can't remember. So Lee is here to tell us where we are and who our sponsor is and how many in the audience and all that stuff.
Well, thank you very much, Tony. Hey, we're in Kodiak Island, way up north. We're beat the heat. The United States are cooking. Can't really say that though because most of Canada is also cooking.
Check, please.
So Kodiak Island is kind of off by itself, surrounded by a glacier. We wanted to be near a beach, glacier, beach, kind of the same thing. So that's where we're at, Tony. And there's in our audience we have 596.3 guests. The 0.3 is in the baby carriage.
Okay.
And the way that this show is going, it's probably going to be a 0.4 soon.
They
Tony,
grow fast, don't they?
They do. They grow. You feed and water them, and they just keep going.
Yeah.
They're like a house plant. So our sponsor is kind of unique, kind of a one-of-a-kind, kind of a niche industry, Tony.
Yeah.
It's Powers Marshmallow and Ziploc Anti-Slippery Dust. You notice when you open up a bag of marshmallows,
Yeah,
they
I
are
have one
not
here.
stuck together.
That's true. They
The
did not
dust
stick
on them.
together.
Same with Ziploc bags. You open a box of Ziploc bags, and they're never stuck together. They just pull
true.
them right out.
Yeah.
And you'd think plastic static cling, you know.
Right.
So this dust, it keeps things from clinging and sticking.
There
Thank
it
you very much. Appreciate that. And now back to you, Tony. I'm gonna
Okay,
enjoy
so
this
it's the dust betwixt. The dust betwixt the
That's very
marshmallows.
good stuff.
That's our sponsor tonight. So also with us is Michael Hansen the third.
Wow.
Right.
Third.
Happy to be here.
He was the second. Now he's the third.
Now I'm the
I
third.
guess.
You just, like you said, you just keep growing.
keep
I went
growing.
from a 0.3 to a 0.4, or a 0.2 to a 0.4.
So why are you the third?
I am the third because there are so many stinking Michael Hansens in the world, and we got to keep ourselves straight. So I got to be the third. I didn't want to be a junior, so I just thought I'd make myself the third. So.
Okay.
It's like the Hansen brothers.
Yeah, the Hansen.
We're spelled different. So I'm Danish. So I'm a donut with no hole. So it's Hansen with an E-N.
Oh.
So we've got all that great Danish heritage. So.
Do you have? Are those glasses from the Hansen brothers?
Yes, these are from 1992, and literally a heritage.
Yeah.
You know, from the family.
I'm impressed
band.
that you know.
I will say I was in a Hansen band, even though we're spelled wrong.
Really?
My brother is a great musician that plays like 5 different instruments. He would play the drums, I'd play the bass. We had another guy that would sing, and so we had 2 Hansen brothers and one. That
Okay,
wasn't,
would you call yourself Hansen?
We did. We were called Pocket Lint because we were cool and it was the 90s, and you had to have something crazy.
Did you have a hit? Like
No,
a
we
song-
did not.
a
We
song?
did. We covered Christian
Okay.
worship songs and stuff like that.
Pocket
so,
Lint.
Yes. So
You were going to say something.
Those
more.
been around a long time.
Pocket Lint has?
No, the Christian hymnals, Christian hymnals that they did covers for.
Yes, we always hymns. Let me tell you,
Plenty of hymns.
a bass, a guitar, and drums. Always hymns.
3
all
chords.
the
That's
time.
really
Yeah,
all you
that's-
need, you know.
But yeah, especially for a bass guitar, you can
Yeah.
get away with probably 2.
I
One
would
string.
play bass, and I played with 1 string. Just the 1 string. You can do it all.
Honestly, you can do Jaws really easy. Just with the E string and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom,
that's
boom,
true.
boom. That's all you need. To know.
So Impact Upgrade.
Yes.
You were talking about that earlier. What exactly is that?
Impact Upgrade is a company that I'm a partner in. basically what we do, we work with businesses and nonprofits to kind of help them streamline the systems that they have. The biggest thing with any organization is you got to keep track of all your data, your people, everything, people that you're helping. And a lot of times you come across organizations that they found a really cool tech solution here and one here and one here, and they've kind of band-aid things together, and what do you know, they've got like 5 different systems that they're working in. And what we do is we come in and we actually integrate those all together so that they talk to each other, work together, and also kind of just help them figure out what's the best process, what's the best systems to use. And so a lot of it is just trying to help them figure out how to be more efficient, how to be more effective, how to save money, and how to kind of streamline the processes that they have to serve more people. That's ultimately what it is.
So you talk about streamlining.
Yep.
What's the major reason why, like in general, businesses aren't streamlining?
Streamlining?
What's holding people, besides not having your services yet? What's holding businesses back from doing that?
You know, I think it's probably the most is just having everything manual. I don't know if that makes sense.
Are they like doing it old school?
It's just old school, just everything's on Excel spreadsheets and trying to keep track of everything that way, whether for a nonprofit, that's donors, trying to keep track of everything that way, the people that they're serving, trying to do their case management that way. And so a lot of times when we come in, we'll see an employee is spending most of their time copying and pasting things from one system to another, to another, to another, just so that, you know, the leader, the executive director, the CEO can actually make sense of the information that they have. And so if you don't have everything kind of in one core system or one source of truth is kind of what we like to call it, it's hard to figure out how to make decisions, how to answer the questions to make sure that the organization is going in the right direction, to make sure that you're serving the right people and keeping them, you know, in contact. So a lot of times, like I said, I mean, not to get real nerdy with you, but like
Too late. No.
I say we got the glasses, so we're already good. We're already halfway there. But no, like a lot of times it'll be using, you know, something like MailChimp for email marketing, but that MailChimp. Or Constant Contact, something like that for your mass emailing, or you're using another tool for text messaging, you know, people, or using another tool like QuickBooks for accounting. Like I said, that's what I'm talking about, where you constantly have all these different systems that don't work together. Our goal is to actually get them to work together as much as possible.
So how big are these companies in general that you work with? Are they mom and pops, or are they like multi whatever?
Actually, it's going to sound crazy, but we kind of started working with international organizations.
Really?
We've done a lot of work with anti-trafficking organizations that are all across the world, obviously. Locally here in Fort Wayne, we've got Destiny Rescue that we've been working with for years, a great organization. We also work with the Exodus Road, which is actually in Colorado. They've got a lot of different locations.
What's
all over.
Exodus Road? What's that?
That's also an anti-trafficking
that's the same
organization.
thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's not same organization, but
it's the same genre
kind of
or
genre.
something?
Yeah, I guess you could say same mission.
Howdy, y'all. This here's Mike. Down at Mike's Golf Shop, where we buy golf. That's right. We buy golf clubs. Mike's Golf Shop. Come on over here. We buy golf clubs. Over at Mike's Golf Shop. Come on down here. We buy golf clubs. That's right. We buy golf clubs. We buy golf clubs. We buy golf clubs. We buy golf clubs. We buy golf clubs.
Right path, warpath.
Well, it sounds like that's kind of your passion, is to help people be more efficient, but also help them reach other people.
Reach other people and with their mission. I think even with the businesses that we serve, we always are looking for people-centered, people-serving organizations. So our whole team, and we've got probably, we're up to 14, 15 staff members. And everyone on our team just has a heart for serving people in general. So I think that's how we got started with the nonprofits, because everyone had kind of that heart. My business partner, Brett, definitely has that heart. And as we've hired people, I've always said it's just kind of interesting. we have a need to hire someone, we pray about it, and the next thing you know, someone's either sending us something on LinkedIn, or someone's reaching out like, hey, I got a friend that is looking for something, and it just seems like it's the right fit. And
So how could people, if they wanted to sit down and talk to you about their business, whatever, how could they contact you? You have a website? Or
impactupgrade.com.
Okay.
That kind of has all the services that we provide. And like I said, it's different for every single organization that we work with. Very custom. And the big thing for us is we're not one to come in and change every single thing that you do. Sure. We just want to make it better. We just want to make, whatever pain points you're having with the technology that you have, remove some of that, lets you be a little bit more impactful with what you're doing.
Do you have a lot of need for microfiche? Do you use that?
We don't. I won't.
Microfiche machine.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. We don't need any of that. I will say, we used to say that just give us your data in any way, shape, or form that you'd like. We did have someone show up with a floppy disk.
Really?
And I will swear to God, we do not have a way to get a floppy disk data onto computers nowadays.
Did it have the two on the, so you could use both sides? Yeah, it had a little notch out of both sides.
Both sides. This one was the maybe I should say new school floppy disk that was actually hard.
Ones. Not the
actual. Like I grew up, we had the big floppy ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this was a hard floppy disk.
I would think that somebody would need Oregon Trail sometime.
At some point, you think you'd have to bring that back, and I swear they have to have that somewhere on some kind of system. That you
They have to,
play.
because
that's the only thing that you would play in school.
I mean, it teaches you not to get dysentery.
Dysentery, and you basically need 6 children to survive anything, because you're going to lose at least 1 or 2.
That. Yeah.
Wow.
How does one become a mortician? Because you were an assistant.
An assistant mortician, yes. I
Assistant
was not a
mortician.
mortician.
You couldn't carry the top half of the body?
Right,
'Cause you're the assistant.
I was the assistant, so I was the lower man on the pole, so I had the legs. You're exactly right. As an assistant mortician, basically my job was to, if someone were to die, they'd page me, call me. This was before cell phones when I did this. So they'd page me. You would come to the funeral home. We'd jump in the hearse with the actual mortician.
Wow.
When they were talking with the family and getting everything set, it was my job to get the body ready and on the cot and into the hearse.
So what did they put in the body to make them stay
healthy,
fresh?
Now you're testing me to this bit. It's a fluid.
Is it marshmallow?
We just call it embalming
marshmallow
fluid.
dust by chance?
But yes, that's basically. I think that's a key ingredient.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just called embalming fluid. There's different kinds that you do with
probably
it.
get it at Lowe's.
Yeah, you can get that.
Lowe's.
Yeah, by the dealer.
But I will say, if you don't know a funeral director, hang out with them, because they are the funnest guys in the world. Just because you're always around sad situations, and you kind of have to have a good personality.
There. He says he's not dead. Yes, he is. I'm not.
Yeah.
To be able to do it. I've never met a funeral director that hasn't been a good time.
I imagine like like ambulance drivers and stuff, they probably have to develop some kind of a sixth sense of humor to cope with all the stuff they deal with.
Yeah, like I said, you have to be positive. You kind of have to be able to look at the bright side of things and kind of go from there. And I think I was also always impressed with their ability to just kind of guide families through that. But yeah, it was. I will say I had some fun. I was a high school kid. Surprisingly, they let a high school kid be an assistant mortician.
Oh, yeah.
But one of my jobs was, just kind of taking care of the funeral home, taking care of the hearse, taking care of everything that way, just kind of being the gopher. And so I would have to go and get the hearse washed and waxed and all that kind of fun stuff. And so I got to drive the hearse a lot through town. And so I would always pull up to a stoplight, and everyone is looking at me. Everyone wants to know, is there a body in the back? And so I would just be like this, and then I'd go, and then I'd go right back. I had Another One Bites the Dust on the radio all the time with the windows down. You had, like you said, you have to have fun with it. You have to have a lot of fun with it, but.
Did you take it to the prom?
I asked, and they said yes.
Really?
Said yes. They said, because I was a very responsible, high school kid. My date, on the other hand, was not for it in any way, shape, or form.
No.
And I was like, they're $100,000. Hearses are expensive. But yeah, she wouldn't go for it.
Not
It's
too
like
bad.
this is fancier than any limo we could get.
Wow.
But we took my Jeep Cherokee instead. So yeah.
I would see them like wheeling in a coffin into the dance too.
I just
Do Thriller and,
I would say Michael Jackson.
yeah. See, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. So, the website again,
Yep.
so we can tell people.
Yep.
what that is.
ImpactUpgrade.com.
It's right there on the desk. See it? Yeah.
Got it?
Right there.
Good.
Impact. Okay.
Yep.
So, is it your bedtime? Are you okay with a little challenge?
We could do a challenge.
So, what we have is, since you're a business guy,
Yep.
into bringing people together, we thought of doing something called Upstart. So this color card is a trend. This color card, green, is a company name. And then target user is who's going to be the customers. And then we have the industry, what industry we're in. So we're gonna try to see if we can pick one of each color, and we're going to try to sell to the audience our company that we just come up with.
Okay.
And Lee has how we're going to find out who won.
Right. I don't know. What? So I guess the winner will be, according to the audience clapping, it'll be the one of you that sells your business to the general public.
Okay.
Well, Lottie frickin' God!
So my business this evening is, what'd you say?
Mustache.
Mega Mustaches. Mega Mustaches, which is interesting because the target user is internet trolls.
Oh.
So internet trolls, the business is called Mega Mustaches, and our industry is actually the acupuncture industry.
Nice.
Okay? So imagine a business where it's acupuncture called Mega Mustaches, and really we're targeting internet trolls, people that really get online and just hound you for everything. It might be a revenge thing, I'm not sure. And then the hot trend that goes with this is actually because it's going to be in space. There is my business.
Spectacular.
That's pretty good business. I think I might have you beat. I got to ask again because I have ADD. Pretty what? What was it?
Spectacular.
Pretty spectacular. Got it. Okay. And the sound guy loves me for clapping.
Yeah.
No! Right, let me tell you, this is a pretty spectacular business. That's why we called it Pretty Spectacular. And you guessed it, our target audience is depressed animals. Because I haven't met an animal that's not depressed, honestly. So we want to make sure we get all the animals, which basically is every single one of them that's depressed. And we're going to be going after what is called the hot trend, having health sensors. You got to make sure that you have your depressed animal hooked up to a health sensor of some kind. And the best way to do that, when you're talking about industries, shaving cream. I mean, the best thing for any depressed animals is to shave them.
Sure.
So you got to shave them, you got to put the health sensor on them, and they're going to be happier. We know that. I mean, studies have shown if you shave your depressed animal and put a sensor on it, it'll be smiling by the next morning, I guarantee you.
Boy, I might be in trouble.
I think you're in trouble.
So how are you going to, you tell us how we find out.
Okay, so by a show of audience clapping, those of you that think that the Outer Space Acupuncture Mustache Company is the winner, go ahead and clap. That's about a 2 on the 10 meter. I don't think
I'm feeling pretty confident right now.
Didn't even really register.
I don't want to jinx it though.
No, you don't. You don't.
All right, so now we've got the Spectacular Shaved Animal Sensors Company, which actually makes a lot of sense. I would be depressed if I were an animal that's about to be eaten.
Why am
Those
I made of
animals.
a bag of meat?
By a show of clapping,
Are they going to
shaved
my
animals.
colors too?
Well, after they announce the winner.
Ooh, like confetti.
So, that's like a 4 on the meter.
Oh,
I'm liking it.
my
So
God.
I think he's winning. So
This is
by a
pretty good.
show of your marshmallows that you all have under your seat, go ahead and throw your marshmallows at the loser.
There they are.
All righty.
Well, welcome, Michael Hansen the third.
The third, yes.
For being here. Buffet is open in the back. We'll be right back after this, everybody. Thanks. Go to that
Bye-bye.
website right there on the desk there.
I wouldn't eat those marshmallows.
Bye.
Hey. grab their ears and just yank, and you were off.